Hello and welcome to the Play Attention Media Player tutorial. My name is Mike and I'm going to be taking you through the features of Media Player today. Media Player uses the exact same hardware as your standard Play Attention platform. Obviously we have the body wave armband that is picking up attention in real time so that you can see how well you're focusing from moment to moment. The difference is in the target. Obviously with Play Attention we're using specifically designed cognitive skill building exercises. Teach things like short-term memory and discriminatory processing and visual tracking. And of course the development of those cognitive skills leads to stronger executive functioning. With Media Player though, we're actually using actual media, like media content. And this could be anything from a YouTube video or a DVD or an audiobook, any kind of media. That the amount of media content that's compatible with Media Player is almost unlimited. So anything you can think of, there's probably a use for Media Player. I will tell you I'll just give you a personal example of how I used this recently. Just like with Play Attention, you're not really allowed to drift mentally. The way Media Play works is that once you've got some media content that you're watching or listening to, it's only going if you're focusing effectively. If you get distracted or start daydreaming, it stops. So one of the uses of this that I personally used the other day is I got a new phone, and there's so many different features on these phones nowadays that I really wasn't sure how to use it very well, to be honest with you. I could dial a number and that's about it. But I went online and found a YouTube video that went into detail about how the different features of my new phone. And as you can imagine, that kind of stuff is just so tedious to listen to. It was like a 45-minute video, and I kept finding myself drifting and have to go back and watch a section again. How do you do this? How do you do that? So I just broke out Media Player and uploaded the YouTube video to that. And just like with Play Attention, the body wave armband doesn't let me cheat. It's not going to let me daydream. So every time I started to drift mentally, the video would stop playing. I got back focused again, and then it would start up. So instead of having to watch that video 6-7 times before I absorbed it all, I just did one through and got pretty much all the information I need. So lots and lots of different possibilities. That's just one example from my own experience. All right, so with respect to the hardware, the setup is exactly the same. We want to make sure that the person using this is wearing the armband. The main things we want to make sure with the armband is that all three sensors on the underside are touching bare skin, and that the armband is snug where it's not going to be moving around, but very, very comfortable. Again, we want it snug, but if it's too snug, if it's too tight, the person will be very aware of it, and that, of course, can be a distraction. So once I'm wearing the armband, I can go ahead and turn it on, which, of course, you can't see me doing, but I'm doing that now. And now that everything's taken care of with respect to the hardware, I can actually look at the applications of the software. And what you're seeing right now is exactly what I'm looking at. The first thing we're going to want to do is scan for the device. We want to make sure that the body wave armband is connected to the program here. So you'll see this little scan button, and I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now we've got various formats that are usable with this depending on what hardware version you have. The hardware setup that I'm using today is a Blue Giga. So I'm going to click on that, and then we'll hit OK. And as you can see, it's just scanning for the device to connect it from the laptop I'm on today to the body wave armband that I'm wearing actually on my leg. And there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And now it's going to start testing the connection for me. Okay, and now that I've got that, I can go ahead and click on connect. So the first thing we did is scan, and we found our device, and now I'm going to go ahead and connect so that it's reading my level of attention from moment to moment in real time. So I'm clicking that now. And as you can see, we now have our focus bar there. Okay, so as you can see, my focus bar is represented by this orange bar going up and down. Just very similar to the Play Attention program. When it's fully armed, it means I'm at full focus. If I get distracted or start daydreaming, it'll start to drop. So I'm going to try to focus in a little bit, see if I can get it at full speed, and then I'm going to distract myself a little bit so you can see it go down. Okay, now here comes the distraction. I'm just tapping my feet on the floor here, and you see immediately the bar goes down. So exactly like play attention, I'm getting real-time feedback on my level of focus from moment to moment by the focus bar. But that's only half the story, obviously. So we want to actually have a media, some form of media content playing, and I'm going to play. I've got a little file here that I saved on my desktop. I'm going to open up and play for you guys. Let me just point out the volume feature here. I am going to turn that down shortly after I begin the video, so the audio from the video is not competing with the sound of my voice. But okay, so open file, exactly what you think it is, and I just find the file that I want on my computer, and I believed I saved this funny little goat video for our little demonstration today. Let's see if I can find it. Where are you? There we go, cute baby goats. One of my students sent this to me. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume down because that is kind of loud. So, all right, so let me go ahead and get focused. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit the play button. Okay, so as you can see, as I'm focusing, the video starts. If I lose concentration, like right now, boom, it stops. So once again, it's not going to let me cheat. It's not going to let me daydream. It's not going to let me half-heartedly watch the material. I do have to be focusing very well to get it to play. Now, a couple of features I wanted to point out to you here. You notice these little tiny numbers. We've got a 2 and a 2. That is representative of 2 seconds and 2 seconds. The top one is the amount of time that I have to be focusing effectively before the video starts. In this case, I have to be focusing effectively for 2 seconds or more, and then the video starts. The bottom one is kind of the reverse of that. Whenever I am focusing or not focusing, whenever I'm distracted or daydreaming, if that happens for more than 2 seconds, the way it's set up now, then the video is going to stop. And you can set that to pretty much whatever you want to. I usually put it at 1 second. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. Okay, so again, this means I have to be focusing effectively for 1 second or more to get the video to play. The reverse of that, if I am unfocused for more than 1 second, the video stops. So I'm going to stop talking just for a moment, focus in a little bit here. And now I'm going to distract myself. Once again, we see immediate negative result here, just like with play attention. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit stop here. You'll notice that I opened a file that's saved on my desktop, but you could just as easily play a DVD if your computer or your laptop or your desktop has a DVD player. You can do the same with that. All right, so some of the other things I wanted to point out to you, we actually do have some resources online that summertime, school being out, a lot of times it's tough to find, appropriate media content. We've actually, on our help desk, we've got a whole bunch of audiobooks audiobook resources that you can click on and find different things that would be good for this kind of an application. The address for that is playattention.freshdesk.com. And again, that is playattention.freshdesk.com. All right, and that's our tutorial on media players. You can see it's a very, very straightforward program, very user-friendly. But again, because pretty much any kind of media content can be used with this, the applications are unlimited. There's literally nothing you couldn't watch with this or listen to. And again, because it's requiring your full focus to play, you're never allowed to cheat. You're never allowed to drift off and only catch half the information. You do have to be focusing effectively. All right, so thanks so much for listening today, guys, and happy media player.